Fast forward on this point, the ultimate agenda that we are looking at that this enemy is pushing is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it, look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Right. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. True. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet, they don't want. According to the National Security Study Memorandum 200 under Dr. Henry Kissinger, the 32nd Secretary of State under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, he stated, quote, depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policy towards the third world, end quote. But they had 13 foreign countries that they listed and said, these are the countries that we are going to push for our same-sex policy adoption, same-sex ideology, same-sex everything. And they pushed it on all of those countries, and then they started pushing it here domestically as well. They want to get rid of over 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. That's really the foundation of this thing. But too many people are caught up in the emotion of it.
When I hear about stuff like that, a lot of people say like the world's population could fit in Texas alone.
That
you know what
is
I mean?
A fact.
So how is there overpopulation in that sense?
It's a lot. Then they'll say resources, right? Because you have roughly 29 million useful square miles on the planet, right? 29 million square miles of useful land. Okay. If the majority of people can fit in Texas, the majority of people on the planet, literally, we're talking about the roughly 8 billion human beings. And if you've ever driven through Texas, you know that's not too crazy to believe. Then the question becomes, are we really overpopulated? Hillary Clinton was saying overpopulation. Henry Kissinger, overpopulation. President Jimmy Carter with Global 2000, overpopulation. It was a lie. A damn lie. And they knew it was a lie, but they wanted to push that and then get the people to be programmed to believing it so that the people can push it on each other, attack each other. Same thing they did with shots, boom, boom, boom. They start going in on each other. And then that's when you get everything from abortion to vasectomies, everything to prevent you from procreating. You sound crazy. You don't want your existence to live on, and you think that's a benefit to that? Who put that thought in your head and why? They want to get rid of the majority of people. Why at this point? Because the majority of people are no longer being controlled. Again, depopulation is the goal. That's what we have to look at. So when you're looking at the trans thing, the drag stuff, all that, you doing being half naked around children, what's wrong with you? You're a pedophile. You got these gay folks calling out just pedophiles because the pedophiles are using the gay movement like they did way back then. Again, you got to go back to the enemy. Because if you get caught up looking at the people, then you're going to be too busy arguing and fighting the people. And rightfully so to a degree. Some people, you got to be like, Pops, sit down. You can't be around my baby. Nope, not my child. Go over there. But the enemy is always the one puppeteering and controlling this. Satan is doing his job. I never thought I would see the day where the White House would have the LGBT flag hanging with the trans flag and all the other stuff, the child predator flag, all that right there in front of the White House. Make sure you put that up on the screen. Brother, I'm telling you now, when that happened, do you know the world is watching us? You know the world is watching America, right?
Yeah, they talking shit too.
Oh man, you know America has been the bully of the world for years, been the bully, using her military might to oppress and suppress. You're talking about over 700 military bases that are currently occupying different nations all over the world. And they're looking like, you're men or women, huh? Hey, look, I gotta look at it from a military perspective. Yeah. You're looking at these foreign nations who've been waiting for some get back. You invaded my nation. You killed my women, my children. You bombed us for no reason. So all your men now, they women, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're pushing not to make your men stronger, but to now say, hey, you can be a woman if you want, pushing the gay stuff, oh, okay. The number one priority is LGBT rights. Okay, cool. Yeah. They looking and they are fortifying, they exercising, they're working out hard, they're training because they're waiting for that point where they are able to then become the big dog themselves. You're talking about China. You know about BRICS? These nations are not playing.
Yeah.
They're not playing. And they said, oh, wow, America, your priority is to have men chop off their penises and testicles. Wow. Good. Keep going. Right. Keep going. I don't know about y'all, but I'm cool with my masculinity. I'm gonna keep working out and exercising because now it's a war type of environment and atmosphere that's brewing. So while everybody's pushing sex this and trans this and blah, 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 emotion, I feel like this and all that, other nations is looking like y'all crazy. So we about to go ahead and get ready to be the big dog now. Uganda passed a law where they said if you identify as LGBTQ and all that, you going to jail. Now, a lot of folks that I've spoken to, a part of that community was like, man, Rizza, that's wrong. You know, see what I'm saying? It's like, that's Africa. You're not going to go into the historical target of your colonizing ancestors to try to recolonize in a modern time, but dress it up as democracy. Why aren't you accepting the same sex? And they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? They're looking at you like, you do know your grandparents did that already. They came and forced homosexuality on us. You forced all that on us. You doing it again? Do you not read history? They pissed. Not only is it disrespectful, but you don't realize you're trying to get them to accept an ideology that ends with no procreation. So you want me to kill myself. This is what they're saying. You want me to kill myself, but you call it love? No, love is a procreative idea. Love doesn't mean life stops. That's not love. That's hate. So you want me to endorse hatred. Now, again, a lot of people in LGBT, we love y'all, so don't get it twisted. We love y'all. Y'all family. You know, I got family who was a part of that, but they agree. They like, we ain't with all that. That's how you need to separate the difference. Is it the LGBT pushing it, or is the government pushing it through the LGBT? Right. And that's where people have to look at this whole situation. Because the majority of people in LGBT ain't with none of this stuff. But a vast majority, all these pride parades, it's a bunch of naked, old, nasty white men. For the majority, butt naked, running around children. On the internet, it was showing, it was like every single one of them, city by city, state by state, majority, old naked white men. Why? Because that is their culture. You can get mad if you're white and you man watching this, but that's your culture. Learn your history. Learn about pederasty, which what you call pedophilia now. Right. It's the ancient Greco-Roman art of man-boy loving, called pederasty. That came from Europe, and they brought it over here. See, again, it's a lot of...
It gets